Most Americans over the age of 60 believe they are playing by the rules. You've traded the soda for seltzer, you walk the dog, and you've been told for decades that protein is king. But look closer at your dinner plate. Behind that convenient deli slice or that lean chicken breast lies a biological debt that is about to come due. You aren't just eating dinner, you might be unknowingly signing a fridge verdict that dictates how quickly your brain fades and how brittle your bones become. Here is the cold, hard truth that the trillion-dollar food industry won't tell you. Your 60-year-old metabolism is no longer the resilient engine it was in your 30s. It's now a precision instrument. And right now, 90% of seniors are fueling that instrument with dirty proteins that act like sand in the gears of a vintage Cadillac. We're talking about meats that don't just add calories, they trigger biological rust in your arteries and silent inflammation in your joints. But what if I told you that the health foods you've been praised for eating are actually the ones accelerating your aging? And that the secret to reclaiming the energy of your 40s is hidden in 4 specific forgotten meats that your doctor probably never mentioned?
Today, we are stripping away the marketing lies.
From a processed breakfast staple linked to a 22% spike in cancer, to a misunderstood supermeat that can sharpen your memory by nearly 44% in just weeks, this isn't just a nutrition guide.
This is your blueprint for the next 30 years of your life.
Before you take another bite, you need to know, are you eating for vitality, or are you just feeding the decline?
Let's find out.
To rebuild your body, we first have to stop the demolition. Most Americans think of bad meat as just greasy burgers. But the real danger is more surgical, more silent. Let's count down the 4 offenders that are fast-tracking your aging, starting with the one hiding in your Sunday brunch. 1. The breakfast time bomb, conventional sausage and bacon. At number 4, we have the cornerstone of the American breakfast. We've been conditioned to love the smell of sizzling sausage, but for a 60-year-old body, this is a chemical cocktail. It's not just the fat, it's the nitrates. When these preservatives meet the high heat of your frying pan, they transform into nitrosamines. Think of these as microscopic demolition crews for your DNA. A major study in BMC medicine tracked seniors for a decade and found that just 2 servings a week increased colon cancer risk by 22%. But here's what they don't tell you. The massive sodium load in these meats causes your arteries to stiffen almost instantly, leading to that brain fog and leg swelling you feel by mid-morning. You aren't just eating protein, you're eating inflammation.
Zweiter, the convenience trap, deli cold cuts.
Number 3 is perhaps the most deceptive. You're at the deli counter, picking up low-fat turkey or ham for a quick sandwich.
It feels light, right? Wrong.
These are ultra-processed proteins. To keep that meat pink and fresh for weeks, manufacturers pump it with sodium nitrite and hidden sugars. For the over 60 demographic, this is a disaster for insulin sensitivity. Every slice sends a signal to your body to store visceral fat, the dangerous belly fat that chokes your organs. Researchers found a 24% higher risk of heart failure in seniors who made these sandwiches a staple. If it comes in a plastic shingle or a pre-sliced stack, it's not food, it's a biological burden. 3. The crispy crisis, deep-fried fast food chicken. Coming in at number 2 is the guilty pleasure of the Sun Belt, fried chicken. We all know it's unhealthy, but the reason why is what should scare you. When chicken is submerged in industrial seed oils at 375 degrees, it creates AGEs, advanced glycation end products. In the medical community, we call this the grime of aging. These compounds cross-link with the collagen in your skin and, more importantly, your joints. If your knees ache more after a fast food meal, you aren't imagining it. You are literally rusting your connective tissues. For women over 60, eating fried chicken just once a week was linked to a 13% increase in all-cause mortality. It's a steep price to pay for a crunch. 4. The white lie, factory-farmed, skinless chicken breast. And now, the number 1 meat you must reconsider. This one is going to hurt because you've likely been told it's the healthiest choice you can make, the skinless chicken breast. Here is the white lie. Most supermarket chicken in America comes from birds raised in 45 days, pumped with antibiotics, and fed GMO corn. This meat is incredibly high in omega-6 fatty acids, which fuel systemic inflammation, the root of Alzheimer's and arthritis. Furthermore, by stripping the skin and eating only the ultra-lean muscle, you are missing out on glycine and healthy fats needed to absorb vitamins A, D, and K. A 2018 study showed that seniors who relied solely on this lean protein actually had higher rates of sarcopenia, muscle wasting, and frailty. You think you're being lean, but you're actually becoming weak. Before we reveal the 4 meats that can actually reverse this damage, we have to understand why your body is reacting this way. After 60, your stomach produces less hydrochloric acid. Your absorption gate is closing. You can no longer afford to waste your digestive energy on junk protein. You need high-density fuel. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to look at the proteins that don't just sit in your stomach. They go straight to your brain, your bones, and your DNA to start the repair process. One of these is a small fish that most people ignore, yet it holds the key to bone density that rivals a 30-year-old's. Let's flip the script.
Now, let's talk about the comeback.
If you've spent years eating the offenders we just discussed, don't despair. Your body is a masterpiece of resilience, waiting for the right building blocks to start the renovation. These are the 4 meats that act as biological keys, unlocking strength and clarity you thought were gone forever.
Erster the red gold, grass-fed lamb.
At number 4, we move away from the industrial feedlot and into the pasture. Grass-fed lamb is not just for holidays, it is a pharmaceutical-grade source of CLA, conjugated linoleic acid. For the American senior, CLA is a miracle worker. It helps shift your metabolism to burn stubborn visceral fat while protecting your heart's lining. Unlike grain-fed beef, lamb is rich in omega-3s and B12. In a 2020 study, seniors who incorporated lamb twice a week saw a 23% improvement in muscle grip strength. It's like giving your muscles a software upgrade. Roast it with garlic and rosemary, and you aren't just eating, you're fueling your longevity.
Zweiter the iron anchor, pasture-raised duck.
Number 3 is a bird that many Americans overlook, duck. If you often feel heavy-legged or fatigued by 3 p.m., you likely have a subclinical iron deficiency. Duck meat is dark because it is packed with heme iron, the most absorbable form of iron on the planet. It also contains selenium, a powerful antioxidant that protects your thyroid, the master of your energy levels. A 2019 study showed that duck consumption led to a 19% boost in cognitive scores. It's the perfect brain food disguised as a gourmet meal. And that duck fat? It's monounsaturated, chemically similar to olive oil, supporting your good HDL cholesterol. 3. The skeletal shield, sardines with bones and skin. Number 2 is the small giant of the sea.
Sardines.
I know, the smell, the tiny cans. But listen closely, sardines are the only protein that provides a full spectrum of bone-building materials. Because you eat the soft, pressure-cooked bones and skin, you are getting a massive dose of bioavailable calcium, vitamin D, and collagen in one bite. For a 60-year-old concerned about osteoporosis or hip fractures, this is your insurance policy. A 2022 study found a 29% increase in bone density for seniors eating these twice a week. Plus, because they are low on the food chain, they are virtually free of the mercury found in tuna. Mash them with a little lemon and avocado on toast, and you've just had the most powerful anti-aging breakfast in America. 4. The ancestral masterpiece, grass-fed beef liver. And finally, the number 1 meat that reigns supreme. It's the one your grandparents ate, and it's the one we've foolishly abandoned, beef liver.
We call liver nature's multivitamin.
For a senior over 60, 1 serving of grass-fed liver contains more vitamin A for your vision and B12 for your nerves than a month's worth of synthetic pills. But the secret weapon is CoQ10, the coenzyme that powers the mitochondria in your heart. In a 2023 clinical trial, seniors eating liver just twice a week reported a 44% surge in energy and a 37% jump in memory retention. It is, quite literally, a time machine on a plate. If you hate the taste, blend it into your grass-fed ground beef. Your brain won't taste it, but your cells will feel it within hours. Aging is inevitable, but decay is optional. The choices you make at the butcher block today dictate whether you spend your 70s and 80s in a doctor's waiting room or on a hiking trail. You don't have to be perfect, just be intentional. Swap that processed deli ham for a pasture-raised duck breast. Trade that factory-farmed chicken for a can of wild sardines. Your body has an incredible capacity to heal, no matter how many years have passed. It's time to stop filling your stomach and start feeding your future. Which of these 4 dangerous meats are you throwing out tonight? And which healer are you curious to try? Let us know in the comments below. We read every single one because your journey to 100 starts with your next meal. Subscribe to join our community of seniors who are redefining what it means to grow old. I'm Daily Health 365, and this is your life.
Make it legendary.
Thanks for watching.